Yo, you already know who it is. Brah Migos Podcast is back. And I'm dabbing on him with the shirt, baby. Look, today it's all three of us. It's all three of us coming to you
Top
in
three
high
Brah Migos
definition quality
in your house.
on this Saturday, right after Thanksgiving.
April.
But look, everybody we've been putting in work with the plate and the fork and the knife. We've been putting it, but look, now it's time for us to put in some work today to give you guys some good old grade A entertainment. We're gonna talk NFL, we're gonna talk WWE, college football, NBA, and we gotta end with a rant that deserves this rant about Kendrick Perkins. You need your big country ass with what you said. But we're gonna get into that in a minute. But first off, starting it off, you already know who I'm here with, Rob Visky. We're Brah Migos Podcast. And to start off, Rob wanted to know, is pumpkin pie the new candy corn? Rob, you might have you might be going somewhere with this one because now they trying to put pumpkin in everything, and I don't want pumpkin in everything. That's look, Starbucks was cool doing that. I'm not a Starbucks drinker. Pumpkin spice, all right, cool. But all of this other pumpkin stuff, y'all can keep that. Just hold on to that, bro.
Yeah, so like it felt like I kept seeing pumpkin pie like more and more this year than basically in other years. And I don't know if it's because like we just had a surplus of pumpkins, like they got Charlie Brown basically doing the damn thing or something like that. But like, dude, like I feel like I seen pumpkin pie everywhere. And so I wanted to ask y'all, I wanted to ask the people, is pumpkin pie the new candy corn? Like if y'all remember past years, like in the last decade or so, you know, you got all these candy corn advocates coming out the woodwork talking about, I love candy corn. I've always y'all hate candy corn. Y'all don't know that trash. Like if I wanted to eat a candle, I could do that shit 364 times a year. I'm not doing that shit on Halloween. But it's the same thing as pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie. Why do I want to eat that when you got pecan pie right there? You got apple pie right there. You got sweet potato pie right there. You got so many pies. You don't even need to touch a pumpkin. So I'm like, I want to ask y'all. We'll put it on the poll on Brah Migos Pod everywhere. We're gonna put this poll everywhere. Is pumpkin pie the new candy corn? Because I'm just saying, like, either y'all ironically trying to do this, y'all trying to be, hey, look at me about this, or do y'all really like that bullshit? Because I had it once. I ain't really fuck with it. That's why I don't go to.
I feel you on that.
I want to say, y'all is not gonna keep disrespecting pumpkin pie like this.
Fuck, I am.
Y'all is not. So you better put some respect on pumpkin pie.
I will not. That shit could go in the trash like with all the fuck shit.
I will speak from I'm gonna speak from my hungry man experience, and I'm gonna speak from my 10 years in the chefing business experience. Pumpkin pie and sweet potato pie taste the fucking same.
They don't.
And here's why. Because they both of those have such a light flavor. This is where my chef experience comes in. They both have a light flavor that they will take on the flavor that you add to it. It's a slight difference. You know, I can taste the difference because I have that chef palate. I can taste the difference. But all in all, the flavors you add to each sweet potato and pumpkin pie, if you add enough of flavors of the different flavors, the cinnamon, the brown sugar, whatever you like to flavor your pie with, it will 99.99% taste the same.
Well, they keep adding disappointment to pumpkin pie, guys.
Right.
That's all
like,
I taste now.
Yeah, they be mixing that shit up. We be like, all right, put that disappointment. Where is that shit on the shelf? Like, give me that goddamn disappointment. Let me put that shit on there.
A big ass bag of that for that one.
They sprinkle it in the crust.
I am an advocate for pumpkin pie. I love it. I'm not against it. I eat it either one, either way. And all that other shit you were saying, I don't like apple pie. You can miss me with that.
I fucks with the apple pie.
Give me pecan. I do love pecan pie.
Yeah, okay. All right. So we look, as long as we there, I don't like apple pie. I like apple pie, but like if you don't like pecan pie, I don't know what the fuck I can do with you.
I also make a badass pecan pie. I could hook it up.
Yeah, that's one of them that I like.
Hit up the nigga Visky for some from pecan pie, because I am.
Yes, because he got it. Now, the other day we just had a series of the beginning of week 13 for the NFL games, guys. We had 4 games.
This nigga go.
I know one of these people, but first, look, we gonna get to that game. First, we gonna start with Detroit and Green Bay. Did you guys see Green Bay pulling out that game? Because at first, I thought that this was gonna be Detroit's bounce back. They were gonna, take off again. I was like, okay, Detroit about to be in a groove. Amon St. Brown just goes down.
Yes.
He gets rolled up blocking, and I was like, oh my God, this can go horrible. Jahmyr Gibbs did have a good game, but did we actually see Green Bay pulling that out from whenever y'all were peeping that out?
So I would say I didn't, because it was like, I would have thought like before the game that the Lions would have won, especially with them being at home. I still think that they're basically the number 1, number 2 best team in the NFC, and I guess I put them up there for that. But then Micah Parsons took the field and said, I am the best motherfucker here. I'm the best motherfucker on this day, and took the fucking thing over. And so, like, once he started playing, once that defense really started to take over, Jordan Love basically had, he had the big touchdown to Christian Watson. Basically, he was flinging the ball everywhere. He didn't have a lot of yards, but he basically, like, had a lot of great plays that he made. But it was just like, yeah, once that started to happen and the Lions basically just could not really answer. Yeah, I didn't see the Packers, or I didn't see the Lions coming back on that.
What did you think of that game, Visky?
I mean, stuff was a little questionable. Feel like that NCAA touchdown that they might have gave him. I rewinded it so many times. I'm like, that one, they count that as 2. I was, but hey, they did. The Lions have been slowly declining. Despite the great play from the players, collectively, I don't know. I think it might be the defense is really what's falling. But the Lions have slowly been declining, and which is shocking because they was one of the teams I seen exploding this season. But yeah, like the Packers, they do surprise you. They will surprise you. And like Rob say, with Micah, he came to play. You wouldn't know your fans or buts about it. And when they need to get it done, they'll get it done. There was a couple questionable calls. I was like,
yeah. It was some questionable calls in that game. I'll say that. That touchdown was one of my look. I said if they like it, I love it.
Like, nigga, I guess.
Yeah. I like, maybe if I squint my eyes real hard, maybe
like if I really the power of imagination really gotta work overtime on this kind of day.
Yeah. But
it was like they was playing Madden and they hit the pause button and click NCAA rules for that one touch.
Yeah, give me this. But I will say this: Dontavian Wicks, I feel like for the Packers had a standout game, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he had probably the play to end the game where he caught that first down, and that completely took Stafford and them away from the game, having a chance to make a run. But I'll say this: the Lions are hurt. You have no St. Brown now. You just had your first tight end go down in Laporta. You still got both of your running backs. Jameson Williams showed you that
from
the Lou.
Thank you.
He showed you he is very explosive. 7 catches, 144 and a touchdown. But now I feel like it's gonna be the next man up mentality.
Yeah.
Who at wide receiver is gonna step up and say, "Hey, St. Brown is out 2 weeks. The next 2 weeks, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna be a number 2. I'm gonna help this team win." Because at 7-5, they already have more losses than what they had last year. I want to say they already have more losses. So we got to see how this is gonna pan out. Now Green Bay, Jordan Love, look, them 4 touchdowns, one of them questionable. It was like a spades hand. You had 3 in a
4
possible
touchdowns.
He said 3 in a possible.
Like, yeah.
3 in a possible, and they gave you that one. But it is what it is. Now, the game that hurt my heart, I'm going to talk about this one right now. Kansas City and Dallas. Jarvis, I'm going to say this. If it wasn't for 2 goddamn bad pass interferences on McDuffie, we might have saw this go into overtime. Around. I'm going to give you Cowboys some credit. I'm going to give them some credit where credit is due. They did come to play. They did see that this thing could get ugly. Even though, your quarterback went out there and showed what he does in the playoffs right at the beginning, threw an interception,
Boy.
He bounced back, baby. He bounced back like a bounce pass.
He bounced back. He did bounce back. Y'all got it going. CeeDee Lamb 112 off of 7 reception touchdown. George Pickens 88 yards. He did spread the ball around. That's one thing I always do.
Also spread his legs basically to get over a dude.
Yeah, which was crazy work. On my side, Rashid Rice showed up. He showed everybody. He's the number 1 in Kansas City. I'm still kind of for if they bring back Tyreek Hill. I'm cool with it. I just love to see that speedster receiver trio out there. Travis Kelce said he ain't done yet. Hollywood Brown even got one for Mahomes. But I'll say this. That was a good game down to those 2 pass interferences because I said if we stop yo, I said we either going to get 3 or we going to win. And I know you were like, please, Lord, don't let
I was like, just get a first down so we can move. Like, don't put Patty back on the field. You can't put him back on the field.
I'll say this. My boy Patrick Mahomes was cooking most of the game. He was showing you why he's been an MVP. He was showing you what he does best. That was just, at the end, it came down to defensive errors. I'm cool with it. Even though I don't care for the Cowboys fans. Let me be clear. It's a bunch of y'all out there yelling at us y'all year every year. Look, y'all 6-5-1, we 6-6. I know one thing. If we run the table on this backside, it's gonna be some trouble when I get to the playoffs. I know that much. Cause I feel kind of good about the backside run that we got right now. I got Texans, Chargers, Tennessee, Broncos, Raiders. I feel like I can do something. In them last year, I feel like I could do so. What you gotta say, Rob? What you gotta say?
No. I give the floor to the Cowboys fan.
Go ahead, Jar. What you gotta say?
All right, now. A couple weeks ago, I had accepted the season, and I was like, you know what? We just gonna play spoiler. We just gonna mess up everybody else's season, on the back end. But now that I look at the standings, I look at how the games are going. We beat the Eagles. They just took another L. So we 1 game behind them now.
That's true.
Lions lost on Thanksgiving. And we also play them next week that we can jump them in the standings. All we got to do is see what the Eagles and the 49ers will do for the next couple weeks. Our schedule looking pretty good. Out of the next 5 games, Lions and Chargers are probably the only 2 I see giving us some trouble. We got Washington and New York. I feel like that's dubs right there. Washington and New York. Yeah. I feel like Washington and New York, that's dubs. Chargers could possibly give us a little trouble. The way the Lions are backsliding, especially depending on whether Amon St. Brown, if he come back, I don't really think the Lions defense can do too much with our high-powered offense. That game will come up to our defense. So we looking pretty good. We in a good position to kind of just slide in there, just kind of slide in the back door of the playoffs. Like, just shimmy in there, excuse me, get our way in there. But also, another game that I think is a piece of cake, Rise Vikings, I think that's ain't they 4-7 right now? That what they did? 4-7?
Actually, what the fuck they are. I look, I gave the floor to you. I basically was like, you know what? He happy. He having a good little time. And then I catch a fucking stray. It's like,
throw it in there. You
didn't. Just like your fucking pumpkin pie advocacy, it could go to hell.
Depending on who they got at quarterback, shit.
And that is
Jefferson might have to slide in.
We about to talk about. We're gonna talk about that. There's a reason why this motherfucker's behind me.
But I feel like that's easy game. It wasn't no disrespect, but y'all having a soft year.
It was.
It might be a good year. So these last 5, I can see us possibly going 5-0 or 4-1, depending. Depends on if the Eagles backslide some more, and it depends on if the 49ers keep backslide. So we'll see. I ain't gonna say it's our year, but that back door look like it's cracked open, and we about to sneak in like the old school movie theater.
Yeah, it might happen. But I'll say this: that tie may come back to haunt y'all.
That tie bothers me.
Because look, I'll say this: I got the Texans, the Chargers, which the Chargers might be an issue, but I think that we can handle them. Tennessee, I'm sorry, Tennessee. Look, Cam Ward, them failing you is a whole nother thing. And the Broncos. I think the Broncos might crumble at the end, and then we do have the Raiders. The Raiders would be the last.
I think the Broncos, to me, is y'all toughest matchup with that defense.
Yeah. Especially Pat Surtain coming back.
Yeah, that's probably going to be our toughest one. Now, Cincinnati, Baltimore. Now, tell me this. I want honest answers right now. I want honest answers. Did we think Cincinnati was going to beat Baltimore going into this game?
Sir, my blackness will not allow me to answer the question. Nah. Look, that was a fucking beat 'em down from the start, sun up to sundown ass whooping. Joe Burrow, it's something about that nigga. Like, I don't know what he got. And first of all, go Tigers. I don't know what it is about that nigga in Baltimore. It's just like any fucking time he goes together, it's like, I'm gonna show the fuck off and y'all ain't gonna do a fucking thing about it. Even though sometimes Baltimore does win those games, but it's just like, it's something about that nigga. It's like, and I mean, granted, it didn't help that fucking everybody on the Ravens, to include Lamar, basically could not keep a hand on the fucking ball from sun up to sundown. It was just like, oh my God, just over and over. They made the fucking Bengals defense look like fucking 85 Bears. It was so goddamn bad. So bad.
I'll say this. I don't know if this was a flash in the pan for their defense. I did not have Baltimore losing like this to them. I thought if anything, if the Bengals beat them, this was going to be similar to that match that they had last year. It was going to be like a 40-something point game on both sides, or high 30s. And somebody was going to like field goal it out, or it was going to be an interception and a field goal or a touchdown, something happened. I did not see Joe Burrow saying, you know what? Yes, Thanksgiving, and I'm about to be thankful for me putting my foot in y'all ass all game. I mean, just and that's what it was. And look, he came back off the toe injury. He said, "What toe?" He said, "What toe? This toe don't bother me." Look, Lamar got sacked 3 times. They quit running Derrick Henry whenever they went down because they were trying to throw the ball to catch up. Derrick Henry did catch one pass, which was somewhat out of character for him. He caught a pass, ran 44 yards. This game was not. I don't think this was how this was supposed to play out. Like, not even. This isn't what Baltimore wanted to see. Because Cincinnati, Joe Burrow had already said he feels like if I went out, I'm in the same position I was in last year, and I almost made it last year, so it's never too late to make a run. That's a dangerous man right there. That's a dangerous man. And as much as this is going to pain me to say this, but Lamar, them 2 MVP seasons, their body's breaking down.
It's something. It's something. It's got to. It's between that and like the head coach, dog. Because it seems like in these big, or I don't say these big games, because I mean that's a big game of Thanksgiving or whatever, and it's a division rival. But it seems like there's a bunch of nutting up that happens. Like, granted, the first game of the season, prime time, they went to the Ravens basically for all of like what 46 minutes and basically looked like the best team in football for that 46 minutes. But it seems like in these other games, it seems like they just can't keep it consistent. Like they can't keep their greatness consistently. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they need to remove the coach or what, because I know they ain't gonna try to get rid of Lamar. Like you said, he's 2-time MVP. Like he should have won it. There's other years he should have won it, like, or could have won it. Like, they got to do something though, because this seems like it's a constant.
And four fumbles that they lost.
Which one of them was like a likely there was Likely's fumble at the end zone that went out of the end zone or whatever. Like if he basically got a couple more steps, it would have been a touchdown. It's crazy.
Lamar, you a bum. That's all I gotta say. You a bum, Lamar. This is coming straight from my fantasy league. This come straight from my fantasy. I took a risk on you, Lamar.
Yeah.
I drafted a quarterback early for you, Lamar. You get hurt, you come back, you play like a bum. And I give you a chance because you are playing the Bengals defense. I say there's no way he stinks it up. He sucks against the Bengals defense. And like Rob said, you got them looking like the 85 fucking Bears out there. Lamar, you have just shown me why you need to ride the bench for the rest of the season. You ain't getting no more PT.
I thought my boy.
I'm done.
I thought my boy was going MAGA for a second, but nah, he was like, nah, I feel his pain because I understand that kind of pain. You be like, nigga, because I bench niggas just for basically having bad games and big games that I needed. And I'll be like, man, fuck you. Like it's gonna make a goddamn difference. Like me benching him is gonna basically make it change. It's just like I just need you away from me. I've cut people in my fantasy. I understand that feeling. Like that's to my heart.
I drafted a quarterback early to get him. I drafted an early quarterback. This is like, let me get a great quarterback this season. Bum of the year for me. You on my bum of the year list for my team this year.
Look, and it's bad. It has been very bad. Like I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It has been very, very, very bad in like multiple situations with that shit. Like, look. Lamar is one of those guys where I think we put so much stock into him being good. We were like, he's been an MVP. He's been good. He's going to be the guy for everybody. And he hasn't been the guy for everybody. And on top of him not being the guy, it's that team. Look, they were supposed to run it down Cincinnati's throat. You got Derrick Henry back there. Just hand him the ball and let him control the offense. And it's just like the next team we about to get into. I feel like you're putting too much pressure on a guy who isn't a pure pocket passer, but he can throw the ball. And you're telling him, go be goddamn John Elway. Go be Dan Marino them right now.
But the thing about it is he can. It's not that he is incapable of being a pocket passer. He, like, for all intents and purposes, because I remember people talking about this when he got into the league, when they said he was a running quarterback. It's like the Louisville offense that he was under with Bobby Petrino is a pass-happy offense. It's not a offense that's like, not run and shoot, or like a triple option, like the Tom Osborne, Tommy Frazier offense. It's a back, sit in the pocket, do it. The only thing is he has so much ability that he can get out there and basically run 70 yards at a moment's notice. And it's the same thing with him now. It's just the thing about him, he has shown to be great. Because like last year, I was thinking about, like, man, I had to look up his stats. He was the all-pro #1 quarterback last year, which usually that goes to the MVP, but for some reason it didn't, whatever. But he is shown to be one of the best quarterback in the league. He just hasn't shown it consistently, and he hasn't shown it in the big times when it really matters. And that's really it's shitty, because it's like, I'm a person of, hey, if you show it, period.
Yeah.
Like Peyton Manning don't get no demerits just because he nutted up in those games against the Patriots until it worked out. It's still basically you have to show it, and he has. It's for some reason when it really gets down to it, his floor and like how bad he can get gets so goddamn low that it's not like, okay, well, he just threw 200 yards and 2 interceptions. It's like, no, he throws for 80-something yards and 4 interceptions. And it's just like, that's what the great quarterbacks don't do. And that's the bad part about it. He's just so confounded. Like, it's crazy.
Man, and it's crazy. But we got one more game to talk about. Now, this game confused me in a way.
Confused them.
Yeah, because this isn't something that you see too regular. It's not the fact that Chicago beat Philly. It's the fact that you had two running backs run 125 yards and 130 yards.
Who?
Each score a touchdown. And your quarterback threw for 154 yards. And he has a touchdown and an interception. And we're saying the Chicago Bears are 9-3. Oh, let me get a little bit of water, because that don't taste right. The Chicago Bears are 9-3. That shit still don't taste right. But nonetheless, they are 9-3 right now. And who would have said this year, the guy that they picked last year would have them at 9-3 this year? And we're saying the Chicago Bears are that good this year. Was this on the 2025 bingo card, like Chicago winning 9+ games or something? Because
not mine.
I don't know about it. I'm shocked, like, because coming from where they was last year, I mean, they didn't really make any major like changes in my eyes, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Shout out to my late season pickup. Sorry if I don't pronounce his name right, Mungai, something like that. The running back.
My homie just called him Mongolian.
Look,
yeah.
You've done wonders for my fantasy. Salute to you, sir. Yes. Salutes.
The Eagles aren't terrible. They're 8-4. But this loss.
They're terrible.
Damn.
This
he ain't wrong though. But
look, I know two things about that Eagles team. Saquon ain't Saquon right now. Their offensive line is still hurt. But should the Eagles be like concerned just a little bit? Should they be concerned?
Yes. I've been saying yes. I've been saying to everybody that'll hear my voice, this is one of the most mentally frail teams I've ever seen with the most talent that they have. Like, this team is a team that basically they have probably the best collection of talent on both sides of the ball, like bar none. Like Saquon's great running back. Jalen Hurts is a really good quarterback, but borders on bad. Sometimes you got two number ones at wide receiver. You got a number one at tight end. Like, you have still most of your line is there, even though Lane Johnson's been hurt and stuff like that, and it's not as good as it was last year. On the other side of the ball, you got Jalen Carter, who's an all-pro level defensive tackle. You got talent up and down this team. The problem is for whatever reason, when Jalen Hurts gets in his head and just basically is like, I'm just gonna fling it somewhere. Whatever it's gonna go somewhere. And AJ Brown is mad that he didn't get 10 receptions for 250 yards a game. And like Devontae Smith, he just there. He just be happy. He seemed like he just be cool. But like, and then Nick Sirianni does like the most strange shit like in the game. He's gonna do something strange in that game or whatever for whatever reason. Just give him a chance. This is a team that basically is gonna shoot itself before you shoot it. Like that's the thing about me and this team. Like, they're too damn talented to lose games at home to a team like this, who is one of the worst defense, like a bottom tier defense. Putting 15 against a bottom tier defense, even though they force a lot of turnovers, which I'm gonna get to in a minute too. But they force a lot of turnovers. But they're like, I want to say they're like 20th and below in like yards and like scoring. Like, this is a bad defense. they just get a lot of opportunities, or they get a lot of takeaways. And so yeah, like, nah, man, this team, they're mentally frail. And that's the only way I could really put it, because the talent is all there. It just ain't here.
The Eagles are look, I can't lie to you. The Eagles are looking bad. The Eagles are looking really bad. And they could be one of those teams that in the next few weeks possibly fall from grace.
Yes.
Because they're 8-4 right now. But they got the Chargers. They have 2 gimmies. But they have 3, they have 2 gimmies, 3 really. They have the Commanders twice, and they have the Raiders. I just feel like they're playing the Chargers. This could be a loss. This could be a loss coming up. And then they got to play the Bills. That could be a loss. If they lose those 2 and then, by God, some way they lose one to the Commanders or maybe even lose to the Raiders, this could be horrible for them. This could be a horrible finish for them. And then we're going to look at the Eagles and say, damn, that y'all went from Super Bowl to just falling off just immediately. But I remember saying at the beginning of the year, they couldn't pay everybody. Injuries always play. It looks like anytime you can't pay everybody, injuries start to play a huge factor in this. Injuries have been getting them out of here, and then Saquon is like, he's not able to produce like he produced last year for you.
Right.
And now you have to have Jalen Hurts throw the ball. And to me, my one knock on him has always been, he have them games where he's outstanding throwing the ball, and then he have them games where he's middle of the road throwing the ball. And those be the games where I feel like you need him to be just above middle of the road to get us through this. And he just stays middle of the road, and we lose this. And look, 24 to 15, 24 to 15. I was just bad enough to lose the game, and not good enough to win him. AJ Brown did what he does. He had like 132 yards, something like that, 10 receptions, couple touchdowns. He was the only touchdowns. I do feel what you say about Devontae Smith. I feel like he's just happy to be there. He's like, I'm here.
I get checks. I get yards. I'm just good, chilling.
He don't make no noise until he touch the field and they call his name and he catch a pass, and then you don't hear from him the other 6 days out of the week. He says nothing.
Couldn't even think of his voice.
and now that you said, I can't even think of his voice. I've heard AJ Brown and all the rest of them. I'm like, Devontae Smith never speaks.
Always open.
He just go play football. He go back home. It's like, I'm here.
Yeah, he'd be like, what happened today? I don't know. Shit.
He'd be like, I'm here, bro. I'm here. Just if you don't see me, you ain't gonna throw it to me. I'm not tripping. I'm gonna get my check. And that's crazy. That's crazy that you say that. We think about that. Now that we're in though, we're deep into football. Rob, what's going on with you and Sam Darnold and JJ McCarthy? What is your problem over there?
So I got to issue an apology. And I don't do this quite often. So, sorry if this don't come off great to everybody. But I got to apologize. So I've been looking online and seeing a lot of people talk about JJ McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings and as they're presently constructed and everything like that. And I got to basically put the apology on me to you for thinking that y'all understood how quarterbacks work. And really reason why I have to basically make that apology is because that, like, I basically thought that, yeah, people understand how this whole quarterback thing goes. I was thinking that, like, people know how team construction goes. I was thinking that, like, oh yeah, you've been watching football as long as I have. I've been watching it over 20 years, 30 years almost, damn near. And I was thinking, like, man, you would basically think, like, okay, a team has a quarterback that they draft, in the top 10. It was the first time that they've done it in franchise history. And I'm thinking that, yeah, it's like you would think, okay, quarterback gets hurt, guy comes in, basically has a great season. Yeah, but, the quarterback that got drafted comes back. Yeah, you're going to go with that. But so many people have come to me and basically been like, so why did y'all move away from Sam Darnold? And I'm like, nigga, are you high? And it's like, and reason why, and not everybody smokes, and not everybody drinks and everything like that. Not everybody indulge, but high can come from many different ways. Like you can act high and not, indulge in all these things. But that's on me. That's on me and my assumptions. I basically optimistically, held y'all at a higher regard. Because the thing about it is, and it's such a weird irony that basically you guys come at me with when you're like, well, why did y'all go away from Sam Darnold? And it's like, if this was 2 years ago, there is no fucking person that would encounter me and say, why didn't your NFL team keep Sam Darnold? Because nobody, and I mean nobody, wanted Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold was, I see ghosts, I'm seeing ghosts, and all that kind of shit. And all y'all basically were like so out on Sam Darnold. Then he has a great season last year. Absolutely great season. MVP candidate, all that. Basically helped take us to the playoffs, everything. And then y'all like, well, why don't y'all keep him? And every single time I have to reply, and I have to do this all the time. It's like, he was not the plan. He was never the plan. The plan was get JJ McCarthy, get him in there, play him, get him, especially take advantage of him being on a rookie contract because you just signed Justin Jefferson and everything like that. So you have more cap flexibility in order to fill more holes, like getting Andrew Van Ginkel, like, keeping Byron Murphy Jr., like doing all these kind of things that really we needed to keep this team and it's constructed and well. And it's just like, why wouldn't you want us to do that? Why wouldn't you think that that was something that we would do? Why would you want us to go to a quarterback that was never the plan? The guy that we signed to a 1-year team-friendly backup quarterback deal. Why would you think that we were going to stick to that, especially when the cost of the brick was going to go up, which it did? And that's what he took advantage of. Seattle gave that man 3 years, $100 million. And I was like, yeah, you going to take that. Because at that time, and I told both of these gentlemen right here, whenever they asked me, they were like, hey, what's going to happen at the end of the season? And I said, it's going to go just like this. And this is how it happened. I know it did. Because they said, hey, Sam, we signed you for $10 million. Do you want to play for $10 million? Sam said no, because they're offering me more money. And they were going to be like, yeah, here's a nice handshake. Enjoy Seattle. Bring a raincoat. That's what's going to happen. Because he was never, ever the plan. This is not the same exact team that Sam Darnold inherited. And if he would have stayed on this team for $20, $30 more million a year, y'all would have basically been like, how could you? You got a quarterback right there that you just drafted. Why aren't you basically taking advantage of that rookie contract? That's what would have happened. I know it would have happened because that's how y'all go. And that's what me and I need to basically be better about that and not assuming that you guys will basically think. And so I'm sorry. I have to apologize because here's the other thing. Here's the other factoid that I want to basically bring to y'all. The Vikings basically are not the same team as they were last year. And when I talked about with the Bears are basically the league leader in takeaways. You know who the league leader in takeaways last year was? This team. We were. You know who is not the league leader in takeaways in any kind of form or fashion in any kind of way? This team. This team right here. We have as many interceptions to this point, 3, that we did in the first game last year. 3. This is not the same team. We were forced to turnovers at a high clip. We were basically getting pick sixes, touchdowns, everything. That was the whole year. We had good health. All the guys that we had at pass rusher had good health last year. We did that. Okay? That's not the same team. Yesterday's price ain't today's price. All those cliches. This is not that. So please. I'm apologizing to you, but I need you to do a favor for me. understand that this ain't the same team. Understand that Daniel Jones, who was another quarterback that y'all said we should have kept, that y'all wouldn't have said we should have kept a year ago. All these things are the same place, and it's not JJ McCarthy's fault. Granted, he ain't playing tomorrow. Why? Because he's been hurt all year, and that's a whole nother thing. You know, that's something we can't predict. He played all of his time at Michigan. This is not an injury-riddled quarterback. It's just been an injury-riddled league quarterback. But it's still to the point of this is a team that is not the same team. It was an aberration last year. This is reality. This is Vikings football. Okay, this is what we got to deal with. But be that as it may, I'm sorry.
And Rob, that was a beautiful apology, but I know where the people are coming from, because, you know, that man, look, that man Sam Darnold is balling out. But I'll say this, a lot of it is because of the guy who I said needs to be a household name next year, JSN, Jackson Smith Njigba. He has been unfreaking real. He has 1,300 yards right now, and he still got 4 or 5 more games to play. That's all I'm gonna say. The man is unreal.
JSN. He's that guy.
But I knew he was gonna do well, because at least he had him, and I know they had brought Cooper Kupp in, who hasn't been that good this year. But I was like between those two cats, he should have a great year, because that was the thing when what he had in Vikings. Because that was another thing I kept saying when everybody asked me how was going to Sam Darnold go do last year. I was like, this is the best team he's ever played with. He should be fine, because you had an All-Pro wide receiver in Justin Jefferson, and he had Jordan Addison, who basically was right there too, and Al Hawkinson and all these other players. But it's like, yeah, he had talent. He has talent. You put talent around Sam Darnold, he's gonna do well. He's a pretty good quarterback. It's just that he never played with talent, and he never played with it consistently. This is the time that basically he's getting an opportunity. So yeah, he's been playing well. But with this team, this is he'd probably be a 8-9 win team. Like, this ain't the 14-win team of last year, because we haven't been playing like the 14-win team like we were last year.
Okay, so one more
Not
question.
to mention that Seattle does have a great 2 running back system that opens up the wide receivers. So, like, all around, they got the pieces. They don't have bad running game. So the running game opens up the pass game for Sam. So Sam got it good over there.
Yeah.
So here's the question: tomorrow, 3:05 p.m., Seattle versus Minnesota. You're sticking with your Vikings.
Oh, I'm always gonna stick with my Vikings.
Sticking with your Vikings to win.
I'm not gonna go away from my Vikings. I'm wearing this shirt that I got from Mall of America for a reason.
Now, if Sam Darnold tortured you, it's still good. It's still all love and respect, because he got 14 wins last year.
I'm happy for him, because for me, I'm always in for a redemption story, and I'm always in for, because he's one of those people that basically, because even though like I got TL behind me, and I didn't do the crying thing. But like, I'm always for hey man, look, they didn't believe in you. Now you basically showing out and seeing, like, I love that kind of shit. I don't care who you are. I don't care what team you were on. If you weren't on my team, and like, if we say Cardinals, for example, like, I always love, like, say Jordan Walker. I'm just gonna bring that name up right now, because he eventually is gonna get cut or traded or something like that, and kill it somewhere else.
Thank you for saying.
But you're welcome. But no, like, I'm always for any player on my team killing it somewhere else. I'll be mad at my organization if they didn't try to keep him. But even for like Sonny Gray, I knew his ass was gonna be gone. I knew between him and Arenado and maybe Wilson Contreras, those niggas gonna be gone. Like, it's just a matter of who and for how much. So like, I'm fine with that. To be honest, when I saw Sonny Gray got traded, or I saw that it was a Cardinals trade to the Red Sox, I thought it was Arenado. I thought it was going to be him. But I think y'all gave up on him, and I think most people did. But be that as it may.
You better than me, Rob.
I mean,
fuck Michael Parsons over here.
He said something right. No, this is forever.
All right, like fuck one over there. Like,
Uh,
Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. But one more thing in NFL. Do you think Stafford will win the MVP? Well, if he wins the MVP, will he get into the Hall of Fame? Do you think an MVP is standard for Hall of Fame? Well, I would probably think so. For quarterbacks, for sure. I'd have to look at it, but I think most of them have MVPs.
yeah, it's not. I don't think it's too many of them that don't. I think like Troy Aikman. I don't know if he ever won the MVP. I think he was just like Super Bowl champ and all that kind of stuff. But you got like at least have like the All Pros, because this was my thing against Matt Stafford, is that he really only had like what 2 Pro Bowls, and like I mean he got the Super Bowl victory or whatever, but it wasn't like he was the reason like that team got there. And he did make the great catch in or great throw in the Super Bowl, but whatever. But like to me right now, he is the MVP. Like I have him as the MVP over Jonathan Taylor, but like he is that dude right now. Like he was it 20, 30 something touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Like the dude has been absolutely been on fire. He's gonna probably get the All Pro for a quarterback this year. Yeah, let me look it up. Yeah, 30 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Like he's been that dude, and so if he wins this MVP, I think it's gonna get him into the Hall of Fame. Like I think, and I might be all right with it. Like I think I'll be okay with it.
I might be all right.
Because I've been like, you know, because like the kind of like sidecar to my Eli Manning shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame, you know, kind of speech is that Matt Stafford shouldn't be in it. He shouldn't be in either. So this would put me over to where I'm like, okay, if Matt Stafford go in, I'm cool. But yeah, I think he's the MVP, and that's who I would vote for.
Yeah, I could see him possibly getting in there. I could. I really could. But we have talked a lot about NFL. Now,
Yeah, what about to say? You got anything?
I'm about to say, I don't know. Y'all putting them in?
Look, I'm not saying I'm 100% sure for him to go in there because he's a better Eli Manning than me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say he is Eli Manning. Do I think he's better because he has won a Super Bowl? But whenever I say Matt Stafford, okay, this is what I'll say. I say Matt Stafford. What comes to mind?
Like
see.
Like I don't know.
Yes, that's a fair point. I would say the first thing that came to my mind was like him going off the field with his arm basically fucked up, and like coming back not too long after that. That's the first thing to come to my mind.
I've asked like my younger nephew who's into football, and you know what he tells me? Oh, so in this just like kills me. He said, "Oh, the guy that was quarterback for Aaron Donald." That's what he says because that team was Aaron Donald's team, and I was like,
Yeah.
You know, Aaron Donald and don't give a damn about Matt Stafford.
That's true.
Cool, bro. Cool. I understand. And
So y'all think one Super Bowl and one MVP, they gonna vote him in?
They might.
I think so. I think that's gonna be the thing to put him over the edge.
They're talking about letting a guy in who never won a regular season MVP and he has 2 Super Bowls. And I think he maybe has a few All Pros. They're talking about letting him in. Eli.
You talk about Eli? He ain't got shit. He made 4 Pro Bowls.
So there you go. He made 4 Pro Bowls and 2 Super Bowls, and they talking about letting him in. So if they let him in, then you gotta let Stafford in.
Yeah. Who only has what 2 Pro Bowls and probably gonna make a Pro Bowl this year, so 3 Pro Bowls, possibly an MVP and a Super Bowl title.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Because this is the way the math is mathing now. So if Eli get in there, you probably have to let Stafford in. It's not a choice. So then it makes the line, because to me, this is gonna sound horrible. Eli and Stafford are like the floor for like whenever I'm thinking of what's bare minimum for you to get in there. Okay, So if you set them as the floor, then that means anything greater than that. If Lamar wins a Super Bowl, then he's in there. Because he already got 2 MVPs.
Mm-hmm.
He just needs a Super Bowl. He gets a Super Bowl. It's like, Patrick Mahomes is automatically in there. Patrick Mahomes got Super Bowls, MVPs. He got Super Bowl MVP. He got all that. He beats all of them. He's already in there. That's what I'm saying. Wherever we set the floor is where this shit is going to get tricky. Because if the floor is Eli Manning, I'm going to just be real with you. I think Eli Manning finished even for his whole career. We talking about a guy who's only 500, won some Super Bowls, had a few All-Pros, and this is the floor. If that's the floor, then it's a lot of QBs who can squeak through in there. Because
I just feel like he has that big joker. Like in spades, I feel like Eli has the big joker that nobody has at the table.
Beating Brady twice.
That's the big joker.
I mean, Nick Foles beat him once. Like that ain't. It ain't like it's this thing that's just so damn impossible.
I don't know. I think that's what it is. That's what people are looking at. Not saying us. I know. That's just what the world is looking at. You know?
Right.
And that's why I said if you let Eli in, then Russ got to be in. Russ has to be in there.
Yeah. I said if you let Eli in, Cam Newton better be in that motherfucker. I basically say Cam Newton need to get 2 gold jackets before Eli get 1. Like, fuck the bullshit. But no, Matt Stafford does have something claim to fame. He is second all time in pick sixes, just behind Brett Favre with 30. You know, that Brett Favre has 32. So
he's second to pick sixes. Oh my god,
he's legit. Like I'm looking at his page, it's like he's second all time in pick sixes.
He's the best. He's the best quarterback to cornerbacks. There you go.
I mean, he's a real giver.
I'm gonna put this one right where you can make a beeline back that way to the end zone.
Right. Like, just sit over there. Sit up.
Yeah, you take off when I throw
this. Damn.
You take off. You got this one. Now, I know that we haven't talked WWE in a long time on the show. Well, it feels like a long time on the show. So, we're going to talk about what Jarvis has geared up and taken off work for today. He has taken off. He has taken off. And that is WWE Survivor Series. And we're going to talk Survivor Series right now. Jarvis, starting with you, what are you looking forward to the most in this WWE Survivor Series pay-per-view?
Honestly, I do not even know. Like, of course, I want to see, I only got 2 more times to see John Cena. Got to see if he going to put over, Dom, or they going to let him keep it. Mysterious. But honestly, the one thing I'm looking forward to the most is to see what kind of tricks, trials, tribulations going to happen in the men's War Games match.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many ways you can go. We're having, the Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, or Roman, all this. Like, it's so many ways you can do. So many doors can be open. I just want to know which one they gonna pick. I don't know which one they gonna pick. Somebody, I feel like somebody's gonna turn on somebody. Something ain't gonna go right, and I just can't wait to see who they pick to open that door. Not really interested in the women's, to be honest.
Not at all.
I mean, the match itself, yeah. I just don't feel like none of these stories with these women have really intrigued me. I'm more interested in Chelsea Green, goddamn, and my bae Maxine Dupree getting her first title. But other than that, the men's War Games, where they see what door, and of course John Cena and Dom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make a bold prediction. I think that they're not going to let Cena keep it.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason is I don't think it does them anything to let him keep it if you didn't let him keep the original title. This would be different, I feel like, if it was the U.S. title. Because if you remember, that was one of the first titles that he ever won. It would have been a U.S. title. It would have been something of symbolism. It would have been a little underwriting for the people who really know John Cena's career. But because it's not the U.S. title, I feel like, okay, they want to keep Dom pumping. He is the future. I think that you have to give it back to him. Because I feel like, let's say if you kept Cena with the original title, okay? He could have been in that War Games match. Okay? And I felt like that, to me, would have been a bigger thing because it's him and Lesnar and Reigns and all of these guys.
And I don't think he's never done War Games, too.
I can't, and see, that's what I said. I can't remember him ever doing the War Games. So why not, even if it cost us keeping the title on him for a little while longer, put him in War Games. Give the people what they want to see. We've said this 100 times, and I'm sure that you guys will always agree. This man carried us through some times in his career. WWE, they always on this shit of you have to lay down on your way out the door. WWE, he paved the way whenever all the motherfucking doors were shut. All of them was shut. He built. He got his construction uniform out and he built a brand with Make-A-Wish and him holding a title and everything else. And we still want him to lay down going out. I'm not saying he shouldn't have to lay down, but I am saying he shouldn't have to lay down. Because this is one of the few guys that I can say he don't have to go out on his back. He can go out standing on that rope, hoisting the title, and then coming in the next night and making a speech and dapping everybody up on Monday Night Raw after he relinquishes the title. And he can fly back home. And I would be perfectly fine with him giving it up and then y'all holding a tournament to see who gets this title. I'm fine with that. Matter of fact, I just wrote your goddamn script again, WWE. I just wrote your script. Hire me. 100 racks a year, you put me and my boy on. It's going to cost you, me and my boys on, it's going to cost you 300 racks. It's going to cost you 300 racks a year, okay?
You trying to piss off Bret Hart. That's what you trying to do.
Hey, as much as I appreciate Bret went about it the wrong way, okay?
Dude.
Bret went about it the wrong way. I'm not saying he was wrong for what he did, but he went about it the wrong way. Okay? Yeah. Whenever he arrowed WCW, I was like, oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? How he get to win, but I had to lose. I could hear nothing.
All I'm gonna say is Bret, it was a lot of other people who helped at that time whenever he was in the company. It kept helping that company move forward. It was a time where John Cena was the guy. They had to pair him against a whole group because the group was trash. As much as they try to say how good they were and he killed their momentum, where were y'all going next? Where was Nexus going next? If y'all beat him, where are y'all going next? Yeah. Are we supposed to put y'all on the DX level, taking over a Nexus invasion? There's nobody. Exactly. There's nobody there that was that good of a personality that you can say. They even put y'all with CM Punk, and that shit couldn't work. Nope. Nah, that's why I say they probably gonna give it to Dominic and keep nine. They let Cena keep it. It would surprise the hell out of me. Now nobody's interested in the Women's World Championship. Stephanie Valkyrie, Nikki Bella.
No,
not at all.
A little bit. My boy said, "Nah, we don't.
Yeah,
want that."
I mean, go ahead.
I'm ready. I'm there for the visuals.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that.
Concur. But no, I honestly want to see how, because like I went to San Diego once. It's a very nice city, like very beautiful city, and I know Petco Park is supposed to be really nice. I want to see because I miss them like going into like an open air stadium. Like all the baseball stadiums seem like they go in, it's like closed roof or whatever. This is gonna be an open air kind of old school kind of thing. So like that's really what I'm looking forward to. Like I want to see like how the visuals of Petco Park is gonna look with basically the war games in there. Like it's gonna feel like, back in the 80s with Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA and all them niggas, Ric Flair and all them. Like that's what I'm looking forward to. And I do want to see, like, are they gonna put Brock Lesnar in that fucking cage? Because that's what I don't see happening. Like as far as like that cage on the stage or whatever, like where he gotta wait. I don't see that shit happen. I don't see them waiting in the cage with that nigga. I don't see that nigga wanting to be in that cage. But also, it'd be interesting to see like how 5 minutes with whoever Brock Lesnar got to go against, how that's gonna look.
So, I have a challenge for you guys that we're talking about this. The men's war games is kind of what we're interested in here, right? As a collective, we're kind of interested in this. Mm-hmm. We're not really feeling the women's.
No.
Are there any adjustments?
Well,
to this
there's one part I feel about the women's. Okay. Io Sky, her crazy ass. Other than that, I don't give a shit about.
Okay. Now, are there any adjustments that we would make to this lineup of who they have for the women, of who we will replace, and people that we would maybe put in to make this possibly a better match? Are there any names that y'all think of that's in here right now that you pull out and put somebody else in there?
No. I would say for me, I haven't liked Charlotte Flair since she came back.
Okay.
And I haven't liked the tag team with her and Alexa Bliss.
Okay.
I've kind of wavered on Rhea. I haven't really liked Becky Lynch in the ring, but I think the story with her and AJ is all right. And I do love Lash Legend. Like she is gonna be that motherfucker for some years. Like as soon as she gotta get her real footing on the main roster. But like, yeah, I can't think of who I would replace, but it's really honestly it's the Charlotte Flair. I just haven't been into her. She's been dragging the shit down.
For me, because I am not a fan right now of where they're at, I would like to see the Kabuki Warriors come out, and I would replace them with Raquel and Roxanne.
Okay.
I can agree with that.
And on the flip side, if they were going to be in it, this is where I would want to see the return of Liv with the face team. Because, if they could bring that storyline, like, she coming back, like, oh, you let this bitch replace me, type of thing, come back with the face team.
Yep.
Now, this also came to my mind. Are we missing something because Naomi is pregnant and she's not here? Mm-hmm. Are we missing her and possibly throwing anybody else out there that maybe could have been a rivalry or a scuff up with her? And I don't know, let's throw out a Jada Parker or somebody like that. Is it something that we're missing because we don't have a Naomi in this? And this makes us look at this more and say, we know that we got a chick in here who's a high flyer and she's willing to pull off stuff. We got a chick who was the man, it's not really the man. We got another one who's a huge women's title person, but we don't like the tag team. Could this have been better put together than what it is? Because I think maybe if you didn't have Naomi pregnant, maybe if you write a few stories better, differently leading up to this, maybe this could have been a little bit better. Because looking at the current lineup, I'm kind of, it's like you said, I'm here for the visual.
Nah, because to be honest, with what Visky just said, that's really the only people that I can really put in there. Like Raquel and Roxanne. Like outside of that, I'm looking at the roster now. Like you really don't have anybody in there that you could basically be like, yeah, you should be. Like say Julia, for example, she'll probably be in a match in the future, maybe next year or something like that. If they ever call up like say Thea Hale, or they call up like what's her name, Zarya, like like those people are gonna be in the match sooner or later, or like Kalani Jordan. But
Mhm.
but putting them in the match now ain't gonna really. Chelsea Green would probably be somebody that you could put in the match, but you could put her anywhere and she's gonna basically shine. But with who they have, as far as who the roster is, like who is now right now on the roster healthy, this is the best you can really do, to be honest. Like best, most coherent thing that you could really do.
Mhm.
All right. I'll agree with that because I feel like it hasn't been enough development of other, you know, things that
So like I'll say it like this. So like Jay being the champ, she would have been in this match probably if she
yeah.
wasn't the champ.
Yeah.
Stephanie Vakir would probably be in this match if she wasn't the champ. Like
Yeah.
if Bianca was healthy, she'd probably be in this match. Like I think it's really just a confluence of things where it's like they got Lash Legend in there mainly because they need to fill the roster out. Not saying it's anything against her, but it's really more that they just need enough people because all this is really centered around Becky and AJ.
Yeah.
And then everybody else is just filler. They wanted to basically put the Kabuki Warriors in because they're the tag team champs. They wanted to basically make sure that like these are rosters, but like none of these niggas are really like that much of like rivals worth talking about. Not at least enough. Like EO, Sky, Rhea, and the Kabuki Warriors have had their issues, but is that something of a rivalry that like, oh my god, I need to see that? That's been a blood feud, this and that. It's just been a rivalry that's been going on. But as far as like everything else, this is really more just AJ Lee and Becky Lynch and them. Like that's really what like we're him and them. Like that's just and there are a bunch of and thems in this match just thrown in because you got to basically fill out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's bad. Look, it's injury. It's part injury, and then it's part injury. I feel then kind of you got Naomi pregnant, and then you kind of throwing people out there with. It's a lot to this one. I'm not gonna
I
say
think I think it might have pushed back Bianca too because I feel like all she had was a couple broken fingers. I don't really think it really took that long. I think Naomi getting pregnant kind of pushed that back from her coming back. And in my honest opinion, some people might disagree. I think we might need to take a break from the whole War Games aspect a little while.
I said that.
You know, when we first brought it back, it was cool. It was a nostalgia moment. But now I feel like it's kind of being overused. I miss the traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series, and they put it on SmackDown, and it was kind of blah. You know, I miss that, or the brand supremacy. The brand supremacy, 5-on-5 type thing. That's what I feel like we need to do again, because the whole War Games, you're trying to create rivalries or just putting people in the match. It's kind of the past few years, it's kind of getting stale, especially because it seems like it's just the same people every year almost. Look at EO. She done every goddamn one.
For real, like legit.
Like past 4 men ones, it was the bloodline. The past 4 years, now you got him in there again, Roman and Uso. Come
that's
on,
a great point.
That's my thing.
Now that is a great point, and because it has, what I think it has gone, to your point, like you're absolutely correct. It has got a little bit stale because it's just like we got to do this. We got to do the War Games match because we did it before, and because it's a stadium, it's a baseball stadium and all that. Like, yeah, I like you would rather see the like actual elimination Survivor Series match, or at least like a mix, like within the event.
You know what I'd really like them to do if they're gonna bring back the 5-on-5 and they want to add something to it. Let us pick like the people at home, or give us something interaction, because the brand supremacy was a big thing. Because in reality, I feel as though Raw has always been the bigger brand because it was here first, and then SmackDown came in. It was the little brother brand, but it had its own taking off with the video games, led with SmackDown versus Raw. They used the blue color. They didn't use red a lot in theirs. And I felt like back then it was a lot of pushing to make people go watch SmackDown. I will watch SmackDown. I watch Raw a lot more because Raw was war, you know.
Mhm.
It was in the Monday. It was, you know, in the Monday night like fight with WCW. I think brand supremacy wouldn't be a bad thing to bring back right now.
The only thing I basically say is like make it like either do like a tournament, like or just basically say like, all right, your teams say like you get a title contender, a world title contender, mid card title contender, tag team, and then a woman. Say basically like if your team wins, all of you get number one contender title shots.
Yeah.
At a time of your choosing. I mean, granted, I know like you got Money in the Bank and all that, and I know people don't like to basically have more opportunities like that, but you got something where you could basically have a future storyline out of these different things, you know, because not only you get brand supremacy, but you get a title match or a possible title match between these teams. So it's like either like say like all right, each brand gets 2 teams, and the winner of the tournament basically, you know, win it. Like just basically get it to where it's like, all right, it's not just this. It's basically a little bit more, like a little bit more than just whatever.
You could even have something where both of the titles play for a while on one brand, where the other brand has to fight back for this at some point. But it can be done. They're not thinking. They're not working this. They're not doing what they really need to do. Like I think in creative. I think creative got more people sipping pumpkin spice lattes than what they are freaking writing better stuff and making it all make sense.
Yep.
Now, this is something that I brought up that I wanted to talk about. The whole Undertaker podcast situation. Look, WWE, I have no problem with you guys coming in and supporting the dead man who has been phenomenal for his entire career in WWE. He was that guy. To say he was only like world champion one time is crazy. And he did all of this, but coming in here and putting his wife on this podcast after taking away the guy who got him to do the podcast, this has been asinine. This has been answer 10, as far as I'm concerned. So
it's an answer 10.
Yes, answer 10. Because what happened with this was I was one of those people that between Undertaker and Maven on YouTube, I wanted to see what they had to say. Because Maven has a lot to say, and Undertaker had a lot of stories that he would tell. And whenever he had the original guy there, they sit there, they drink Happy Dad beers, and they do ads for different things, and it was cool. It was cool. And I feel like now you got rid of him and brought his wife in. And the dynamic has changed so much, and it makes you not want to watch this, because whenever it was a guy's thing and they were talking, especially with The Godfather. The Godfather is one of my favorite episodes. His friendship with The Godfather is so deep, and the things that they've been through. It made me say, I can sit here and listen to these two talk about the old days all damn day long, because it's going to be funny from the stories about the Sheik and the first time he roomed with the Sheik and the Sheik is outside. He's like,
Sheiky baby.
Sheiky baby. he said the Sheik is in the bathroom with the dryer going on, and I'm trying to figure out what is he drying, and he doesn't have any hair on his head. He's in the mirror working his mustache with the dryer. It's things like that I love to hear. It sounds crazy, but the people love to hear that. And you brought in his wife, and you trying to force her up on us. And I know the line of people say, well, she was one of the women who helped change it for women. And I'm like, okay. Like, this nice. But
also with her on that, they remember they brought her on that show too, the LFG.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why they put her on there.
They've been trying to force feed her onto us, and I'm like, I don't want her. That's not who I want.
Yeah.
Bring back the original guy. Leave it alone. If y'all want to add a little, y'all want to run some ads, cool. Just leave those two there.
Right.
I don't mind if you're gonna try to throw me some products, because I can ignore that shit. You may catch me every now and then if I see some shit that I really like. I'll be like, I'm check that out. But don't take the dynamic that they had between those two, because y'all are looking to push an agenda, and I feel like it. And I hate to say this because it's a woman somewhere who's gonna be like, he's sexist. But you're pushing her on us, just like you push some of the women's wrestling shit in WWE at us, and we don't really need it because it's not ready just yet. It's not all the way. It's kind of a little half baked, and you're trying to say, eat it, and I'm like, I don't want it. It's just let some of this happen naturally, and you'll get way better results than trying to give me this all the time. Like, I don't think that they've understood that part.
I could see that.
Yeah, it's bad, because I would constantly watch that shit, and now, like, whenever I do rewatch episodes, it's like whenever I get to the shit that has her, like, I've tried to watch it, and it's like, this ain't the same Taker that was sitting up there with the other guys. This don't feel right. Like, you're trying to push her in the women's move. I know what you're doing, WD. I see what you're doing.
Yeah, but it's a thing about fucking up chemistry that I'm always like, because like I remember like when they were talking about with the inside the NBA, and they remember like it was like they were going, because it was like, okay, well, they're gonna leave, they might leave TNT and move the show somewhere else or whatever, and it was like they might lose EJ. I'm like, no, they can't lose EJ. Like, they can't lose those people on that team, because it's like they've grown to be around each other for so long that it's just like, it's like a marriage. It's like, basically, you spend so much time with somebody, and it's just like, all right, y'all have these inside jokes, or y'all have these certain things. It's like, all right, I know so-and-so's going to do this, and I know, when this happens, so-and-so will do that. When you mess that up for the sake of, like Nate's saying, just for a pop, whatever, it's like, yeah, man, you're not gonna get the results. I've heard multiple people. I've never listened to Taker's podcast, but I've heard multiple people say like it was better before WWE took it over and tried to change up the configuration of everything, because it flowed so much better and it was really a good listen. Now it's just like, man, this is some shit.
Yeah. You've turned something great into something that, like, I don't want to listen now.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I'm not gonna say I feel bad for like not fucking with the Undertaker, but Undertaker was one of those guys that I grew up with, and it's like I watched him, and I watched him go from the Undertaker to the American Badass, and then back to the Undertaker, and I was there whenever like you fought all of these guys, Like, I feel like you were part of my wrestling life, like you and DX and Stone Cold and The Rock and everything, and it just, I live this, and now you fucking this up because y'all want to push a different agenda on me, like like don't do this to me, just don't make me do this. Now we gotta talk a little bit of college football. For all. In the sake of what is good in Death Valley, in Baton Rouge, in Beignets, in New Orleans, goddammit, get Lane Kiffin ass here if he gonna fix this shit right now. Okay? I don't give a damn what Tyrann Matthew said about y'all want a trader. Look, it's been plenty of traders in history that done made shit work after they done fucked over some other people, okay? I am fine with this. You just come here and you get me back to the top to where I'm pushing towards a national championship, because I ain't been where it needs to be. And look, I
don't support.
Yeah, I would say push out the fucking.
Yeah, I know you don't. I know you don't.
I don't give a damn with this nigga. I was waiting for this nigga to say something. Like, I was like, yeah, this nigga will work. Like, when is this nigga gonna speak? When is this nigga gonna speak? He gonna
people in Louisiana. He's the one person from now. He pushing for Bama. I'm letting y'all know now.
Like
that's roll tide, baby. Hey,
Roll the fuck
I'm gonna
out
sit
of
this one out since this ain't my territory.
do
I'm gonna
that.
sit this
You
one
do
out.
that.
You know,
You do that.
let me look up the scores for the day. Let me see who winning today. That's what I'm doing.
Look, all I'm gonna say is this.
Don't look up the Bayou Classic.
Rob, I'm pretty sure you with me.
It's on TV.
That we need to fix this in LSU. We need to fix this and fix it now.
So, but Tyrann Mathieu ain't wrong. And here's what I'm gonna say. Because like even with Lane, every time there was a head coach opening that would come up, that motherfucker would be hoeing around and would basically be like just showing a little leg, like, hey, I could go to Tuscaloosa. Hey, I could go to Athens. Hey, or not Athens, but hey, I could go to whatever school, like Bloomington, Indiana. Like he just be fucking around. And so no, Tyrann Mathieu was 100% correct in the fact that, man, Lane Kiffin, that man, like what Chris Rock said, that man is only as faithful as his options. And I understand basically that you want a coach. We've been wanting to get Ed O back, even though Ed O been fucking around, figuratively and literally. And basically that's why his ass was out of there. Go Tigers. But like the thing about it is with Lane, yes, I would like him to come there because if that man could basically bring talent to fucking Oxford, Mississippi, I know the fuck he gonna bring it to Baton Rouge. Because I remember I saw a clip with Bomani Jones and Joel Anderson, shout out to the right time, and those niggas was talking about like, hey, it's like when you think about Baton Rouge and like I spent 4 years down there, it's different. And then going to Oxford where you could basically be like, I could just go over to Scotlandville right quick, go grab something. Or I could be in Tigerland, go grab something. Or I could go down to New Orleans, go grab something. And that's something y'all already know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
But I can just go over to Scotlandville, go to Scenic Highway and basically be like, all right, let me go see what the scenery like over there. Let me go find out. You ain't getting that kind of love in Oxford. You ain't getting that kind of, you're not getting that kind of scenery in Oxford. I'm talking about hoes. But like, I don't know if everybody's cluing in what I'm talking about. See, I was talking about earlier, like niggas don't know about quarterback or team construction. I don't know if niggas talking about hoe construction. So overall, if that man could basically bring in folks that basically know where the hoes at, his day is done. Like his job is done. Like his job is easy. It's like, I can just bring a great offense and then basically get great talent in that wants to stay home, especially when you're talking about Mississippi, Texas, and Arkansas, or not as much Arkansas, but Mississippi, Texas, and Louisiana. Oh, nigga, I'm good. Fuck it, let's go. I might even throw in a little panhandle of Florida for some little razzle dazzle. Like, nigga, straight. So like, yeah, LSU go ahead and get that boy, or get old boy out of Tulane. Either one.
Yep. Oh, over here with the Alabama trade over here.
Yeah, I ain't nobody give. They nigga, I'm not gonna say anything. Ain't nobody want you to say anything.
If it means anything, I do hope. I am rooting for you, LSU, today. I'm hoping y'all pull out the win. Might be for my own selfish reasons.
Yep,
but hey,
no, not at all.
I mean,
not at all. No.
I mean, so you got to take it somewhere, right? Like, I'm finally rooting for y'all.
So surprising. Oh my god.
You only rooting because he need us to win. That's it.
Tooting ass nigga.
Now, as we start to wind down the show, I gotta talk about this in the NBA. Joel Embiid, the process is over.
Hell yeah.
Them knees done. The ankles done. That movement speed done. You maybe got one or two good bursts of energy every game, and then after that, it look like somebody that deflated you. It's over with. That Sixers team, and I even saw a ESPN article talking about it. Their future is Tyrese Maxey and Edgecombe. This ain't what it's gonna be for Joel Embiid and Paul George. Look, Paul George, look at me. Here to here.
Look at the man.
Like I know, that you catch injuries, wink, every time you get a new contract, okay? And you go half the year and the people don't see you. Okay, I need you to go somewhere else where they possibly you can go back to Indiana. And people would love to have you in Indiana right now. As bad
Especially
as
right
they
now.
playing. Yep. You'll have a young point guard whenever he come back. They don't have a shot blocker no more because they traded him. But you'll be a part of the team where you all started at. And you could probably make this happen, okay? And they could probably afford you too.
They don't need him to just come sit on the bench over there.
At least he'll be close to where he got drafted at.
One bench to another one. Huh?
Yep. Coming to a bench near you.
Always Rolling Stone.
There you go. And Embiid, Philly just doesn't need you anymore. It's declining in rebounds. You went from a 2010 guy to you barely get 5 a game now. You can't move good enough to get 5 boards.
Mm-hmm.
Vujic is out there hitting game-winning shots in the corner because you can't make it to the corner.
Mm.
And that man didn't just do it once against y'all. He just did it again the other day. He's looking like an all-star compared to you.
It's tragic.
But how can you look like an all-star if you never touched the floor for that long? I don't know what Philly plans on doing, but I know one thing. I'd trade you to Phoenix. I'd trade you anywhere that gets you away from my team because you have made us cap-stricken. You in regular season year. Okay? Mm. Yeah, he can never be playoff PO. He's regular season year because that's all he is. He's regular all season. That's it.
So let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Would you take Joel Embiid down there in New Orleans?
Hell
no. Nigga, let me finish. See, Joel, if you had those kind of reflexes, we wouldn't be talking about your ass.
Exactly, there you go.
Because that nigga didn't even let me finish. That nigga was like, whoo, swat.
You don't see that way, him next to Zion in the paint.
The only way I'm trading him is if I can do a one-time offer of a basket full of fried fresh beignets. That's it. That's about what he's worth to me, okay? Maybe a couple cups of gumbo to add to that, And I feel like I'm overstepping right now. I feel like I'm giving a little bit too much, and I'm not gonna receive it.
Beignets and gumbo? Hold on now. Hold on.
I feel like I might be offering a little bit too much because, let's be real. I'm not gonna get that much. He's gonna score points. Don't get me wrong, but he can't protect the rim. He used to block shots. Now all he do is block the seat when he sit down. That's it. I saw him block one shot this year, and after he blocked that shot, done. He moved in very small rhythmic steps left to right after that. His legs done. He can tell you all he want about how good Joel Embiid, at this point in his career, he would probably need to shed 30 to 40 pounds to get some of his mobility back. That's like the only way I see it. And he couldn't do it in New Orleans. We just saw this one had to figure out how to live a different life in New Orleans for him to keep his weight down. So you know what's happening to a 7-footer, okay? We know what's happening to him. And Paul George, look, the P could be for podcast P, for all I care, because that's what he does whenever he's hurt. He's on everybody's podcast.
Improbable P.
Yeah, or probable P, because I probably might not be there for game time. I'm probably going to be sitting my ass on the bench. Because he damn sure don't travel whenever they go on away games. Whenever they were on away games, he was damn sure at home. He was on podcasts everywhere. You look to the bench, Paul George, nope. He on somebody's podcast, though.
Boy, mic'd up.
The whole time. Now, audience, there's one more thing that we had to talk about in the NBA.
Man.
This is probably the most Ass of 12 thing that I've heard in a long time. I know Rob heard it. Visky, did you hear this behemoth from Texas that played for the Celtics saying that he compared Shador to Barack Obama?
Yeah.
In what In what possible way? Because I heard about it. I didn't see the clip or see the episode. In what comparison did he mention?
All right, let me
You want me to
see if
read
I
the
can
quote?
pull up. Yeah, you go ahead. You got the quote up. Go ahead.
Shador Sanders. Then this is quote Kendrick Perkins. Shador Sanders is the most powerful black man since 2009. You know what happened in 2009? That's when President Obama got elected in office. He's the most powerful black man since 2009. That's what he said.
The most powerful Shador Sanders. Shador, no other black man. Not you, not me, not anybody. Stephen A. Barack Obama himself. Nobody is the most powerful black man.
When Shador is on the field, that is the only time that I see black people come together as one. Drop all swords. It's no black people beefing on nothing across. Everybody roots Shador Sanders. This is what he said. That's what he said.
No other time. No other time.
Whatever herbs he's smoking, I don't even want to try that.
Keep that shit away.
Keep that shit over there.
Like, look, tell them whoever you with, you don't want no more. You good. Mm-hmm. Don't take no more.
I'm gonna tell you now. For the next couple weeks at ESPN, before he even say anything, bring your big ass here. What you about to say to this today?
Dude, like that was the most ridiculous fucking thing I don't say I've ever heard, because that's just hyperbolic. But it's top 5. Like that's like this nigga, that nigga. Shador Sanders is not the most powerful black people since in the last 15 years, 15, 17, whatever, however many years since 09. Nigga, that's my St. Louis and Louisiana education. Look, that nigga is not that. He's a quarterback that is now starting for a team that ain't going nowhere, which we all knew wasn't gonna go anywhere, and he was gonna start for the team regardless, because they're like, fuck it, we got to kick this can and kick these tires one way or another. We might as well do it with this dude. But it's just like, no, man. Like, look, people, stop. Just stop. Seek help. You don't have to do this. You don't have to say shit like that. All right. Look, there's way more cool shit to say in the world. You do not have to say no bullshit like that. You don't.
Crack is whack, kids.
Crack is whack.
Stay away.
Okay.
Look, I understand what he's trying to get at, but Shador has an uphill battle to climb with his coach. We all know this. Kevin Stefanski don't even like Shador like that.
No.
I told Rob before the show, Shador could win every game from now to the end, and he's still not gonna like him. Because he just doesn't want him.
Nope.
He doesn't want him. I don't want this guy. Cool. We understand. We totally understand that you do not want this guy, even though he's probably the best option at quarterback that you have right now.
Yep.
Because he did play better than the other guy that you drafted before him in college. You know, it doesn't matter that he played better than him.
Yeah.
And not to mention that, you know, he's like quarterback number 45, and he's been the first guy to win his debut game since like 1999. Wild. That should speak volumes on how trash the Browns have been. 99. Y'all remember what y'all were doing in 1999?
I mean, I do, but it would.
Fifth grade?
Yeah, fifth. Yeah.
Yeah.
About to leave. I'm leaving fifth grade.
All I'm saying is they haven't won since we were below junior high. They haven't had a quarterback who won his first game since before we were in junior high. That just goes to show you how bad they are. They are horrific.
Yeah.
And to say you had a guy that won, and now you're like, nah, I don't like this dude.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
I don't like him.
And even the game he took over, it wasn't even his fault. The wide receivers wasn't even catching a lot of his stuff.
That was the first time they ever got a ball from him. Like he never threw to him. Like he said, he's like, that's the first time I threw the Jerry Judy ever.
That's
why crazy. Like they've been on the same team since April. like, nigga, it's November.
He ain't threw him a pass
at all.
Like the week before the game is like the first time he didn't threw him a pass. Here you go, Jerry.
and that's because I was like one of those things. Like I can't like. I would think that at least the quarterback gets some kind of reps with, like the backup quarterback gets some kind of reps with the starting wide receiver. Like I don't think that's like a crazy thing to think. Like because like not even just a look. Because like your backup quarterback's the backup quarterback for a reason, but you also want to get some kind of like, you know, some kind of chemistry. It's like, okay, that nigga goes that way when I throw that out. That nigga, when he does his dig routes, he goes here. Like something.
I'll say this. Brown's organization, whoever's running the hiring and the firing of the show up there, okay? You need to have that tape pulled up where Stefanski says, oh, he don't do this and I don't give him chances. And I want you to have that ready. Because see, whenever I get ready to fire him, I'd have the most petty firing of all. I don't want to send you a fax or a text message or something. I want you to be there in person. So I can pull it up on the computer and I can hit play and then rewind. And then I can hit play and then hit rewind and be like, you said that?
Oh, just had a video rolling when he walked into the office already.
I'm going to be prepared. You said this dumb shit? That was you said this? So he don't practice with them. Is this true, Kevin? Kevin, don't lie to me. Don't lie to me, Kevin. So he don't at all. So that's the first time he threw to Jared was like last week and the week that you threw him in the game. So he ain't never threw to him. So if I call him up here right now, he gonna tell me, oh, all right, so you willing to tell the truth. Just don't lie. Don't worry, I ain't gonna fire you. Just tell the truth, Kevin. And then as soon as he tell me the truth, I'm lying to you, Kevin. I'm gonna fire you, dumbass.
Just like he lied to me.
Just like you lied to me. I'm gonna show you how it feels to be lied.
Well, I got PTSD because that sounds like a mama. Like that's like a parody kick. I was like, hey, did you do it?
Yeah, I ain't gonna whoop you if you 10 minutes you did. No, I'm gonna still whoop you. I'm gonna hit him. Now you fired. I know I told you I wasn't gonna fire you, but it was a lie. You see how that shit feel?
Right. How does it feel?
Because it's no way, and it's hard to believe that he does something like that. If that's how you run, I don't want him running my team. I don't.
Yeah. I
don't. I'd rather take a chance on Lincoln Riley or some shit now at this point.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, shoot, God.
Yeah, bro, if I got to deal with this, your best option at quarterback, you treat him like crap. Then he comes in here. Now, granted, I'm not gonna say the game is all on Shadua why he won, but he played a role in us getting this win. We don't have that many wins. Kevin, you need to be fighting for your life right now because I write your checks.
Mm-hmm.
We win, we make more money. I have to pay you, okay? But if you don't win, I ain't got no sympathy for you at that point. I'm going to come up here and say, how much money you want to get the hell up out my face?
Mm-hmm.
That's literally what I'm asking. How much do you want to get the hell up out my face? That's why I said I couldn't be a GM because they would be pissed with me because either you're going to do right by me and you're going to say Price is the best GM ever, or you're going to piss me off all the time and you're going to say I hate him because of how he handles this. Because that's how Kevin, you really told them people this. You really let that shit come out in the media. Kevin, I ought to have 6 bodyguards jump kick your ass in a dark alley for playing with my people like this. Me and him would have bad conversations at that point. Because he got up and then he got on the stand and he admits to this shit. He admits to this and knows that this shit is gonna get played on ESPN. You giving me the worst type of coverage. People are gonna see this and look, we was already the Cleveland Browns. I don't know if y'all ever saw this dude on Facebook. I think I put a clip of him where he goes, and we're the Cleveland Browns. And he even did a skit about the Cleveland Browns losing in bye week.
Mm-hmm.
Like they lost and they even figure out how to lose in the bye week. That's the type of jokes they make about us, Kevin. And you letting them make more jokes?
How dare you, Kevin?
We trying to compartmentalize all this shit. And this is what you do. You just step out here on the avenue and you act a clown. That's why I say he had to go, bro. He'd have to go. He'd have to go. There's nothing else that he... I don't know about y'all, too. Let me see. What was Cleveland record right now?
Ass and more ass.
They 3-8. Kevin, if we don't get the 5 wins, I'm going to put my foot up your ass 5 times, okay? That's how this is going to happen. That's the only way that we gonna be even. We
Need at least
5 wins. Look,
Right.
we don't get to 5 wins. Look, we gotta play Tennessee, which should be 1. Now you better figure out which one of these other 4 you gonna figure out how to beat. Whether it be the Bears, the Bills, the Steelers, the Bengals, cause we probably ain't beating the 49ers this Sunday. You better figure this out.
Honestly, that might be their best chance.
Do we think that they could beat the 49ers?
With Joe Burrow back, I don't know. Bills, the Bears, smoking hot. Steelers,
I think that might be the next one that they might have a chance at winning. Maybe the Steelers.
Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Brock Purdy back, he's not playing too great, and they defense is, they defense hot. The Browns defense still kind of decent.
They managed to beat. Look, they managed to beat Carolina last week, and then they beat who this is. That was the Cardinals the week before. Okay, so they got 2 back-to-back wins, and they looking for a 3rd. I don't think that the Browns can. Look, the reason I say Steelers is because old man Aaron Rodgers don't like dealing with Myles Garrett breathing down his neck. Okay, maybe he can hit him hard enough to where they gotta throw somebody else out there. Cause there is no. Let me see who do they have at backup right now. Look, they got goddamn Will Howard and Mason Rudolph. Okay. And Will Howard is a rookie, so Mason Rudolph is going to be the same. He might be pissed with them because he was there at one point and they got rid of him and then brought him back. He might go out there and throw a game on purpose, okay? He might throw a game out of spitefulness for them. Bring me back and make me number 2. Catch the ball, cornerback, and just throw that ball and be done with this. You going to pay me around here getting rid of me. He might do some shit like that. I don't see Mason Rudolph just, guaranteeing a win. Especially if, Shador get a little more action behind him. He kind of figure stuff out. They fooled him a few times. But if he can make completions, they should win at least 2. Because him fighting Cam Ward is going to be a big thing. That which one of the rookie quarterbacks gets some more wins, The one who's been out here all season or the one who just got his first start? Which is how I would kind of title that matchup. The number 1 versus the could have been first rounder. That's just me. But is there any other thoughts on this? Is there any other thing that we can say about Kendrick Perkins' crazy goddamn ass and stuff before we get up out of here today?
Just say no.
Yeah. So, don't ever believe that a man can tell you that there's a quarterback that's more powerful to black people than what Barack Obama was in 2009. Smoking that good dope, I guarantee you.
Mm-mm.
The only quarterback, like I say, the only quarterback that come close to comparison would be Doug Williams. If the first black quarterback in the play a Super Bowl. That would be it.
And then Doug Williams will tell you, I damn sure ain't Barack Obama.
Exactly.
So,
Because Doug Williams has a brain.
yeah. Kendrick might have been smoking them. Look, he might have been smoking them switches too much right there.
You know, perfect, man. Ease my mind.
Yeah. You smoking them switches, Kendrick. Just give us a little wink on TV. We'll be all right. He's a little high that day. Yeah, he's a little high that day. That's all it was. We give you a G-Pass. We give you a G-Pass. But go ahead and take us out there, Rob.
All right. Good night, Canada. Good night, Taylor Swift. Thank you for watching us on here, YouTube. You know, of course, like and subscribe, all of our good shit. You know, of course, we got the other page that has the videos. We're gonna upload them. We got the podcast. Catch us on Spotify. Catch us on YouTube. Catch us on Apple Podcasts. Catch us anywhere. We up in the sky, baby. Yeah, I think that's us.
Yeah,
floating like a Goodyear blimp, baby.
Yep.
So, yeah, just basically just see us wherever you can. Find us wherever you can. Hit us up wherever you can. But hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving. We did. Peace out.
Yeah, and recover by Sunday. You may need to go on a little diet because I know everybody been. I'm about to go ahead and hit another plate of leftovers.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, so
it's Bayou Classic weekend too, baby.
Yeah.
My Southern Jaguar, our Southern Jaguar, our against GS Pooh, Gremlin, I guess you want to call them. That good old halftime show on right now,
Fuck who? Fuck.
Yeah. We always against GSU. We always against GSU. And